Look closely, for this message is not meant for just anyone. It is reserved for those who are destined to win, for those whose hearts and minds already hold the seed of victory, though it may still be unseen by the world around them. Victory is not a distant prize you must struggle to grasp. It is not something outside, waiting in the future to be earned. No, your victory exists now, fully formed within the sacred chambers of your imagination. It waits patiently for you to acknowledge it, to live from it, and to embrace it as your present reality. When you watch this video, you have already taken the first step, not by doing, but by imagining, by feeling, by knowing deep within that you are the one who will win. This knowing is your secret weapon, your invisible force that shapes every circumstance, every encounter, every moment to reflect back your inner conviction. Understand this: the future is not something that happens to you. It is something you create with every thought you nurture, every feeling you embody, and every assumption you hold as truth. The world around you is merely a mirror, reflecting what you hold in your heart and mind. So I urge you now, do not wait for the world to give you permission to win. Do not wait for circumstances to be perfect or for external proof. Instead, live as the winner you are becoming. Speak as the champion you already are. Feel the triumph in your chest, as if the prize is already in your hands. By doing this, you step through the invisible doorway from dreaming into being. You align yourself with the power that brings all things into form. Obstacles lose their hold. Doubts fade into the background. And what once seemed impossible becomes your daily experience. This message is for the future winners, the ones who will not settle for less, who know that their imagination is the blueprint of their destiny. If you see this video, it means you are ready to claim the victory that is yours by right. Remember this always: your success is not something you chase after. It is already yours. All you must do is claim it, live it, and embody it now. Only future winners will see this video. And if you are seeing it, then your victory is already beginning. Your future victory is not something distant or external, waiting out there somewhere for you to catch it. It is not a prize hidden beyond a horizon, reserved for a future time when you've earned it through struggle or hard work. Instead, your victory already exists, alive and vibrant within the realm of your imagination. The moment you fully grasp this truth, your entire approach to life shifts. You begin to understand that what you imagine, what you assume, and live from within your mind is the very essence of what will soon unfold in your outer world. Imagination is not merely a playground for fantasies or idle thoughts. It is the creative power that shapes the very fabric of your reality. Everything you see around you, the successes, the relationships, the opportunities, was first conceived in someone's mind. Before it ever became physical, it lived as an idea, a feeling, a belief. Your imagination is no less powerful. It is the sacred space where your future self already dwells, complete and victorious, waiting for you to recognize it and make it real. When you live as if your victory is already accomplished, you step into a new state of being. This is not about pretending or forcing yourself to feel something false. It is about aligning your inner world with the reality you desire. What you assume to be true, you will manifest. The mind does not distinguish between what is real and what is imagined when it comes to feeling and belief. It responds to the images and assumptions you hold with the same intensity as it does to physical facts. That is why so many people live small lives. They unknowingly assume limitations, failures, and lack as their reality. And so that is exactly what they experience. But you have the power to change that. By consciously choosing the assumption of your victory, by consistently living in the feeling of your success, you set a new course for your life. You begin to see opportunities where others see obstacles. You develop confidence where before there was doubt. Your actions become inspired and natural, flowing effortlessly from the identity you have embraced, that of a winner. This is not a vague hope or wish, it is a certainty that comes from knowing that all things are born in the imagination first. The outer world is the effect, the inner world is the cause. When you change your inner assumptions, the outer reality has no choice but to follow. It rearranges itself to match your inner state. So stop chasing your future victory out there beyond reach. Instead, go inward and cultivate the feeling that your victory is already yours. See yourself living the life you want. Hear the sounds, feel the emotions, taste the success. Dwell there in your imagination until it becomes a living reality inside you. When you do this, you are planting the seed that will grow into your actual experience. Your imagination is the blueprint for your destiny. What you assume and live from within will manifest as the truth you experience. This is the law that governs all creation. Trust it, live it, and watch as your future victory unfolds naturally, effortlessly, and gloriously before you. The moment you truly accept your success as an existing fact, something remarkable begins to happen within you and around you. This acceptance is not a wishful hope or a distant goal. It is a deep inner knowing that your success is already yours, fully complete and perfect in the unseen realm of your consciousness. When you make this acceptance, your entire world starts to shift and rearrange itself in ways that support and confirm this truth. The universe, in response to your belief, begins to align circumstances, people, and events that reflect the reality you have embraced. Your belief is not a passive thought, it is a living force, an energy that shapes your destiny. What you hold as true inside is what your life will inevitably mirror. This is the fundamental principle by which creation unfolds. The inner state is always the cause, and the outer experience is the effect. When you accept your success as a present reality, your mind and heart synchronize with that truth, and your actions, decisions, and perceptions change accordingly. You begin to notice opportunities that you once overlooked. You find solutions where before there were only problems. And you naturally move toward experiences that confirm your victorious assumption. This acceptance creates a powerful ripple effect. Your mental and emotional landscape is no longer divided or uncertain. It becomes whole and focused. Your thoughts no longer entertain doubt or fear, but instead are grounded in confidence and assurance. Because your inner world is aligned with success, your external world must follow suit. This is not magic or chance. It is the natural law of cause and effect working through your conscious awareness. Imagine how different your day-to-day life becomes when you hold success as your undeniable reality. You walk with a new posture, your speech changes, your demeanor carries a quiet power. People respond to you differently because you are vibrating at a frequency of confidence and achievement. Doors that were once closed begin to open effortlessly. Synchronicities happen that push you closer to your goals. You feel a sense of flow and ease in your actions because you are no longer fighting against the current of doubt. Instead, you are moving with the current of certainty. It is important to understand that accepting success as an existing fact is not about ignoring challenges or pretending everything is perfect. It is about recognizing that your true state is already victorious and that the external world will catch up in its own time. By living from this place of assuredness, you become a magnet for all the resources, people, and ideas necessary to bring your success fully into form. This shift in belief is like planting a seed deep within your mind. That seed grows steadily, nurtured by your unwavering conviction and the vivid images you hold of your success. Each moment you reinforce this belief. You water that seed with faith and emotion, causing it to sprout and blossom into tangible reality. So make the decision now to accept your success as already yours. Feel it, know it, embody it. Let your entire being be aligned with this truth. As you do, watch how your world begins to rearrange itself effortlessly, bending and shaping to prove the truth of your belief. Your destiny is not written in stone. It is shaped by the beliefs you hold and the faith you nurture. When you believe deeply in your success, your entire universe conspires to make it manifest. Too often, we look outward for signs that our dreams are coming true. We search for proof in the external world, a phone call, a message, a change in circumstance, hoping these signals will confirm that success is on its way. But this outward search is a mistake. The real power lies not in waiting for external signs, but in creating the sign within yourself. The true confirmation of your victory is the feeling and belief you cultivate inside, long before anything shows up outside. Your inner world is the fertile ground where your future is born. It is where the seed of your success takes root and grows. When you depend solely on external signs, you give your power away to things beyond your control. You become a spectator, waiting for the universe to prove that your desires are real. This keeps you trapped in uncertainty, doubt, and frustration. Instead, turn your attention inward. Become the source of your own validation. Feel the reality of your win now. Immerse yourself in the sensation of having already achieved what you desire. Imagine the joy, the relief, the pride, whatever emotions you expect to experience when your victory manifests, and live those emotions fully in your present moment. By doing this, you are not pretending or deluding yourself. You are aligning your consciousness with the reality you want to create. This inner alignment acts as a signal to the universe, setting into motion the unseen forces that bring your desires into physical form. Your feelings are the language of your subconscious mind, and when you consistently speak the language of success and fulfillment, your subconscious begins to act as if it is already true. It draws circumstances, people, and opportunities to you that match your inner conviction. This internal creation is the essence of true manifestation. Before anything appears outside, it must first exist inside. This means the proof is not found in the outer world. It is found in your inner experience. When you feel the certainty of your success now, you no longer depend on external validation to keep your faith alive. You become a living sign of your own victory. Think of it like this. A seed planted in the earth is invisible at first. You don't see the sprout immediately, but beneath the surface, life is growing. The warmth of the sun and the moisture in the soil nurture the seed silently and invisibly. Similarly, the feeling of your success nurtures your desire within you, unseen by others but very real to you. If you constantly check the soil looking for a sprout, you risk disturbing the growth process. Instead, trust the inner process and continue to feel the reality of your win. This practice transforms your entire experience of waiting. Instead of anxiety and impatience, you cultivate peace and assurance. Your mind becomes a calm harbor where your victory is welcomed daily, regardless of what your outer circumstances might show. So, do not look for signs outside. Create the sign inside. Let your heart and mind be the first to celebrate your success. Feel the reality of your win now, long before it manifests physically. In doing so, you become the living proof of your own triumph, and the world will follow suit. The present moment is the doorway to your future. It is the sacred gateway through which your dreams, desires, and victories must pass to become real. It is not somewhere far away in time or space, but right here, right now, that you hold the key to shaping everything that is to come. How you live, think, and feel in this very instant creates the foundation upon which your future is built. To unlock the future you desire, you must first step fully into the present and live as if you have already arrived. Living as the person who has already won means embodying the essence of your success in this moment. It means seeing yourself through the eyes of your future self, confident, fulfilled, and victorious. You carry that person's posture, attitude, and emotions now, even before the external proof appears. This is not about pretending or wishful thinking. It is about claiming your power to influence reality by first establishing it within. When you do this, your entire being aligns with the vibration of your desired outcome, and the present moment transforms into a powerful doorway through which your future walks in. Speaking as if the prize is already yours is a powerful declaration of faith and certainty. Your words carry weight and energy. They shape your mindset and the way you engage with the world. When you affirm your victory verbally, you are reinforcing your inner belief system and communicating to your subconscious mind that your success is no longer a question but a fact. This shift in language rewires your thinking, replacing doubt and hesitation with confidence and determination. As a result, your actions naturally reflect this new reality. You begin to make choices and take steps that a winner would take, setting off a chain reaction of events that leads to the fulfillment of your desires. When you live and speak from this place of assuredness, you will notice a remarkable phenomenon. The world begins to conform to your vision. Circumstances that once seemed impossible shift in your favor. Opportunities you never expected show up. Doors open, and people respond to you in ways that support your success. This is not coincidence or luck. It is the natural response of life to the frequency you emit. The universe is not separate from you. It is a mirror reflecting your inner state. When you embody the essence of a winner in the present moment, the universe matches your vibration by bringing you experiences that confirm your new identity. This concept is a profound reminder that your future is not some distant destination to be reached someday. It is a reality that begins now, within you. The doorway to your future is not a physical door you must find or unlock, but a mental and emotional state you must enter. You have the power to choose who you are in this moment and how you respond to your circumstances. By choosing to live as the winner you are becoming, you step through that invisible doorway and allow your future to manifest naturally. So, embrace the present moment fully. Walk, talk, and think as the person who has already claimed the prize. Trust that by doing so, you are setting into motion the forces that will bring your dreams into form. The doorway to your future is open now. Step through it with confidence and watch how the world conforms to the vision you hold within. Your imagination is more than just a place where fleeting thoughts and daydreams arise. It is a sacred space, a hidden sanctuary within your mind where your future self already dwells. This is the realm where your dreams take shape and your victories are born long before they appear in the physical world. It is the invisible workshop where all creation begins, and it holds the key to unlocking the life you desire. To truly manifest your success, you must learn to visit this sacred space daily and dwell there in the feeling of your accomplishment. When you do, your imagined success transforms into your present reality. Imagine your imagination as a vast inner temple, a private retreat reserved exclusively for your highest aspirations and deepest desires. It is here that your future self exists, not as some distant, unreachable figure, but as a living, breathing presence that you can connect with whenever you choose. This future self knows no limits and carries the full experience of your victory. By consciously entering this mental space, you step out of the confines of your current circumstances and into the boundless realm of possibility. The key to this practice is feeling. It is not enough to simply picture your success as a vague image or an abstract idea. You must feel it deeply. Feel the joy, the pride, the peace, and the confidence that come with having already won. This feeling is the bridge between your imagination and your reality. The more vividly and consistently you dwell in this emotional state, the more real it becomes to your subconscious mind. Your subconscious does not distinguish between actual experiences and those you vividly imagine with feeling. To it, the imagined success you feel is just as tangible as any physical event. By visiting this sacred space daily, you reinforce your connection to your future self. This regular practice nurtures the seed of success planted within your subconscious and allows it to grow steadily, unnoticed by your conscious mind. Each time you immerse yourself in the feeling of your achievement, you are strengthening the blueprint of your desired reality. Your mind begins to rearrange itself around this new identity, and your outer world inevitably follows. Living in alignment with your future self also shifts your entire perspective. You begin to see your present challenges not as barriers, but as temporary experiences that will dissolve as you continue to nurture your vision. Your confidence grows, and your actions become more purposeful and inspired because they are guided by the feeling of already having succeeded. This inner state becomes the foundation for every decision you make, shaping your life in a powerful, deliberate way. Remember that your imagination is a sacred tool given to you to create and shape your destiny. When you treat it with reverence and use it consciously, it becomes a direct pathway to your dreams. The future you desire is not a distant possibility, but a living presence waiting for your acknowledgement within this inner sanctuary. Visit it daily. Embrace the feelings of your success with full awareness, and watch as your imagination's vision steps through the veil of time to become your present reality. Obstacles are often seen as the harsh reality standing between you and your dreams. They appear as walls too high to climb, storms too fierce to weather, or dead ends that block your path. Yet if you look deeper, you will see that these obstacles are illusions, shadows cast by the mind's fears and doubts. They exist only because you give them power. They have no real substance apart from the meaning you assign to them. The moment you recognize this truth, you begin to see beyond the surface and understand that your inner conviction is the only force capable of transcending these illusions. Your inner conviction is a powerful, unwavering belief in your own victory and worthiness. It is the fire within that refuses to be extinguished by external challenges or internal hesitations. When your conviction is strong, obstacles lose their grip on you. They become mere tests, opportunities to reaffirm your commitment to yourself and your vision. The stronger your conviction, the more clearly you see that these so-called limits are not barriers, but invitations to rise above. The limits that bind you are not fixed laws of nature, they are agreements you have made, often unconsciously, with fear, doubt, or past experiences. You have accepted certain boundaries about what is possible or impossible, and these boundaries have shaped your reality. But what if you could break those agreements? What if you could reject the false restrictions and declare a new reality where you are free and victorious? Claiming your victory now is the key to breaking free from these self-imposed chains. Victory is not something to be won in the distant future. It is a state of mind to be claimed in the present moment. When you claim your victory now, you refuse to let the illusions of obstacles define your path. You declare that no external circumstance or internal doubt has the power to determine your worth or your outcome. This declaration shifts your entire being. It rewires your mind to focus on solutions, resilience, and growth, rather than problems and defeat. As you claim your victory, you begin to see opportunities where before you saw only problems. Your perspective changes, and with it your experience of the world transforms. You move forward with courage and clarity, no longer held back by the imagined limits that once confined you. You realize that the real battle was never with the obstacles themselves, but with your belief in them. This shift does not mean you will never face challenges. Life will always present tests and trials. But now, these challenges become stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks. Your inner conviction empowers you to transcend the illusions and continue toward your true destiny. You learn to trust in your ability to overcome, adapt, and thrive regardless of what appears outside. The power to break free is always within you. It has been waiting patiently beneath layers of doubt and fear, ready to be awakened by your choice to claim victory. When you do, you step into your true power and align with the limitless nature of your being. You no longer accept limits that do not serve you. Instead, you create a new reality where your dreams are not only possible, but inevitable. So look at your obstacles closely. See them for what they are, illusions born from fear and doubt. Do not give them more power than they deserve. Instead, cultivate an unshakable conviction in your victory. Claim it now with all the certainty and faith you can muster. By doing so, you break the chains of limitation and open the door to the boundless freedom and success that is your true inheritance. In conclusion, remember this. Your victory is not something waiting in the distant future. It already exists within you. The obstacles you face are illusions shaped by doubt, and the limits that bind you are only those you accept. By stepping fully into the present moment, living and feeling as the winner you already are, you unlock the sacred power of your imagination and inner conviction. When you claim your success now, your world rearranges itself to reflect the truth of your belief. You hold the key to your destiny in your hands. Use it wisely and boldly. Thank you for taking the time to listen and for allowing this message to resonate within you. I encourage you to visit your inner sanctuary daily, nurture the feeling of your success, and watch how your reality begins to transform. Your future is bright, and it is already yours. Stay strong, keep believing, and never stop claiming your victory. Thank you. My friend, you have been told that life is a matter of fate, that you must accept what comes and endure what is given. But I tell you now, life is not happening to you, it is happening through you. The world you see is not separate from your mind. It is the direct reflection of the assumptions you hold to be true. If you feel trapped in a cycle, if you feel lost or burdened, it is only because you have continued to look at life through the same lens. But what if I told you that at this very moment you could step into a new reality? What if I told you that you do not need to wait for permission to begin again? You are not bound by your past unless you choose to be. The memories you carry, the mistakes you regret, these are only shadows, and shadows hold no power over the light. To reset your life, you must first reset your mind. Close your eyes for a moment and ask yourself, who would I be if I had no memory of my limitation? How would I feel if I were already the person I long to become? Would you walk with more confidence? Would you speak with more certainty? Would you awaken with joy instead of doubt? Then, my friend, why not begin now? Why not step into that version of yourself and claim it as yours? You see, there is a secret hidden in plain sight. The world only mirrors what you believe. It does not respond to effort. It does not react to struggle. It simply takes the shape of your convictions. So if you wish to reset your life, you must first reset your belief. Do not beg for change. Do not wait for signs. Assume the change is already complete. Walk in the confidence that all things are aligning for you. Speak with authority, act with certainty, and the unseen forces of creation will move to support you. This is your moment. This is your new beginning. Declare it now. I am reborn. I am renewed. My life is shifting in my favor. And so it is. The world you experience is not something separate from you. It is a mirror reflecting the deepest thoughts, beliefs, and assumptions you hold within your mind. Everything you see, everything you encounter is a projection of your consciousness. The circumstances of your life, the people you attract, the opportunities that come your way, or the obstacles you face, they are all shaped by what you accept as true about yourself and the world. If you desire change, it will not come from the outside, it must begin within. Most people believe they are victims of external conditions, powerless to influence the course of their lives. They think life happens to them, shaped by luck, fate, or the actions of others. But this is an illusion. The truth is far more profound. Your reality is molded by the state of your mind. If you hold on to fear, doubt, and limitation, your world will reflect those same qualities back to you. If you believe that success is difficult, you will encounter endless struggles. If you see yourself as unworthy of love, you will attract relationships that reinforce that belief. Your mind is the creator, and the world is merely the canvas upon which it paints. Look around at your life right now, every aspect of it. Your career, your finances, your relationships, your health has been shaped by the thoughts you have entertained over time. If you continue to think in the same way, you will continue to experience the same results. Nothing can change until you change your internal state. It is not enough to wish for a better life while remaining emotionally attached to your current conditions. You must dare to assume a new way of being. To shift your reality, begin by shifting your self-concept. Who do you believe yourself to be? What silent assumptions do you carry about your abilities, your worth, and what is possible for you? The answers to these questions hold the key to understanding why your life looks the way it does. If you see yourself as someone who always struggles, then struggle will follow you. If you see yourself as someone who is lucky, blessed, and abundant, life will begin to reflect that back to you. The change is not external, it is internal. Your imagination is the most powerful tool you possess. Everything that now exists first began as an idea. Every invention, every great achievement, every transformation in history began in the unseen realm of thought. You must use this same power to reshape your life. Begin to see yourself as the person you wish to become. Feel it deeply. Walk through your day as if your desires are already fulfilled. Speak, think, and act in alignment with this new version of yourself. It may feel unfamiliar at first, but persist, for the outer world must eventually conform to the inner world you persistently hold. There is no force outside of you determining your fate. There is only your consciousness, endlessly projecting itself into form. The moment you accept this truth, you reclaim your power. You are not here to react to life, you are here to create it. Change the way you think, and the world around you will change in response. This is the law. It has always been this way, and it always will be. The past holds no real power over you, except for the power you continue to give it. It exists only as a memory, a collection of thoughts stored in your mind, yet many allow it to shape their present and dictate their future. They carry the weight of old failures, past disappointments, and painful experiences, believing that these define who they are. But the truth is, you are not bound by what has already happened. The past is not an unchangeable force. Rather, it is a story you continue to tell yourself. The moment you choose to release it, you free yourself from its influence. People often believe that because they have failed before, they are destined to fail again. They assume that because something did not work out in the past, it never will. But this is an illusion. The past does not determine the future unless you allow it to. What happened yesterday, last year, or even a decade ago has no power to shape what happens next unless you continue to live in its shadow. The only thing keeping the past alive is your own focus upon it. Every time you recall a painful memory, every time you dwell on what went wrong, you are reliving that experience. You are bringing the energy of the past into the present moment, reinforcing the same emotional state, and unknowingly setting yourself up to repeat the same patterns. The mind is a powerful tool, and whatever you continuously feed it becomes your reality. If you see yourself as someone who is always struggling, who has always been rejected, who has always made mistakes, then you are reaffirming that identity. And as long as you carry that identity, life will reflect it back to you. But what if you let it go? What if you chose right now to step beyond the past and embrace a new possibility? What if you no longer allowed old failures to define who you are? You would begin to see that your history does not matter as much as your present state of mind. The only thing that truly exists is this moment. And in this moment, you have the power to redefine yourself. You are not the same person you were yesterday. Every second, every breath, you are renewed. The cells in your body are constantly regenerating, your mind is always evolving, and the future is wide open before you. The past is nothing more than a fading thought, and the sooner you recognize this, the sooner you can free yourself. This is not about forgetting or denying what has happened. It is about no longer identifying with it. You are not your past mistakes. You are not your past experiences. You are not the person who failed, suffered, or was rejected. That version of you no longer exists unless you insist on holding on to it. Release it. Detach from the old story. Refuse to let yesterday define today. Step into the new version of yourself with the certainty that you are free. Right now, in this very moment, you can decide who you want to be. You can claim a new identity, a new path, and a new future. When you do, life will shift to match the new reality you have chosen. Imagination is the most powerful tool you possess, yet few truly understand its significance. The life you experience is not separate from your inner world. It is a reflection of it. What you consistently dwell upon in your imagination becomes the blueprint for your future. Every thought, every mental picture you entertain shapes the direction of your life, whether you are aware of it or not. If you want to reset your life, you must first reset the images and assumptions in your mind. Most people live as though their circumstances are fixed, believing that external forces determine their fate. But everything you see around you was once unseen, existing first as an idea, a vision held in the mind. The same principle applies to your personal reality. The conditions of your life are not accidents, they are manifestations of what you have been habitually imagining, whether consciously or unconsciously. If you constantly picture failure, struggle, and limitation, life will mirror those beliefs back to you. If you assume things will never change, they will remain exactly as they are. To transform your reality, you must first transform your inner vision. You must become deliberate in what you choose to imagine. The images you hold in your mind are like seeds planted in the soil of your consciousness. Whatever you nurture with consistent attention will grow. If you continually dwell on past disappointments, fears, or doubts, you are feeding a future shaped by those same energies. But if you begin to cultivate new images, ones of success, joy, abundance, and fulfillment, life will gradually shift to align with them. This is not about daydreaming or idle fantasy. It is about creating with intention. You must begin to see yourself as the person you desire to be. Picture it clearly, feel it deeply. Walk through your day with the quiet assurance that what you have imagined is already taking form. Reality does not change instantly, but it must conform to the new blueprint you create within. The more persistently you hold this vision, the more natural it becomes, and soon it will harden into fact. Many dismiss imagination as something unreal, but nothing could be further from the truth. Everything in your world is first conceived in the mind before it takes shape in the physical. The only difference between those who transform their lives and those who remain stuck is the ability to control and direct their inner world. Those who achieve great things do not accept reality as fixed, they mold it through their vision. They refuse to dwell on limitations and instead choose to see possibilities. If you truly desire a fresh start, you must take control of your imagination. Begin by questioning the assumptions you have accepted as truth. Do you believe success is difficult, that love is hard to find, that happiness is reserved for others but not for you? These beliefs are shaping your experience. The moment you replace them with new assumptions, reality will begin to shift accordingly. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are the creator of your reality. The images you hold today are the foundation of the life you will experience tomorrow. Change the way you see yourself, and the world around you must follow. Let imagination be the architect of the life you truly desire, and watch as reality transforms to match the vision you hold within. The secret to transforming your life is not in effort, struggle, or external validation. It is in assuming the feeling of already being the person you wish to become. This is not mere wishful thinking. It is the most powerful force at your disposal. When you embody the state of your desired self so completely that it feels natural, reality has no choice but to rearrange itself to match your new assumption. Most people believe they must first achieve something before they can feel it. They think they must have wealth before feeling wealthy, be loved before feeling love, or succeed before feeling successful. But this is an illusion. The outer world is only a reflection of the inner state. The person who waits for circumstances to change before changing their feelings will remain trapped in the same cycle. But the one who dares to feel, think, and act as if they already are what they wish to be will see the world shift in response. Living from the end means fully embodying the state of your desired reality before it physically manifests. It means stepping into the identity of the person who has already achieved what you seek. This is not pretending, it is assuming. There is a vast difference. Pretending acknowledges that you do not have it, reinforcing separation. Assuming means claiming it as already yours in consciousness. It is a quiet inner knowing, an unwavering conviction that your desired state is already a fact. When you consistently dwell in this feeling, it begins to feel natural, and what feels natural must eventually harden into reality. This is the key. Many attempt to manifest change but fail because they do not persist in their assumption long enough. They allow doubts, external conditions, or old beliefs to shake their conviction. But the truth is simple. If you persist in the feeling of your wish fulfilled, reality must conform to it. Consider an actor preparing for a role. If they truly immerse themselves in the character, they begin to think, speak, and behave as that person until it becomes second nature. Their entire presence changes. The same principle applies to you. If you desire success, embody the mindset and emotions of a successful person. How would they think? How would they move through the world? What choices would they make? The more you align with this identity, the more life reflects it back to you. Doubt is the only thing that can disrupt this process. The moment you question whether it is working, you begin to undo your progress. But when you remain steadfast, when you refuse to accept anything less than your new assumption, reality bends to meet you. The world is fluid, ever-changing, responding to the consciousness that shapes it. You do not need to wait for proof. You do not need to seek validation. You only need to live as though your desire is already fulfilled. Walk with the quiet confidence that what you have claimed in your mind is already real. Speak, think and act from this new state, and watch as the world arranges itself to bring your assumption into physical form. Everything begins in consciousness. Assume the feeling of already being who you wish to be, and soon you will find that you are no longer assuming, you are living it. The greatest misconception about change is that it requires struggle, effort, and force. Many believe they must fight against their current reality, push through obstacles, and tirelessly work toward their desires. But true transformation does not come from strain, it comes from inner conviction. The moment you let go of resistance and trust that your desires are already fulfilled in the unseen, you step into a state where change happens effortlessly. Struggle implies separation. It suggests that what you want is distant, unavailable, or difficult to attain. But this is an illusion. The very act of struggling to achieve something affirms its absence. If you constantly strive for success, you reinforce the belief that you are not yet successful. If you chase love, you affirm that love is missing from your life. The more you struggle, the more you push your desires further away. Instead of forcing change, you must shift your inner state. You must trust that what you seek is already yours. The universe does not respond to desperation. It responds to certainty. Faith is the bridge between the unseen and the seen, between imagination and reality. When you trust in the unseen, you allow the natural unfolding of events without resistance. You no longer feel the need to control every detail, to manipulate outcomes, or to demand immediate proof. You simply rest in the knowing that what is yours will come effortlessly. Letting go of struggle does not mean inaction. It means inspired action. Action that flows naturally from a place of confidence rather than fear. When you operate from faith, you no longer act out of lack. You move with purpose, knowing that everything is aligning in your favor. You no longer question whether your desires will manifest. You know they are already on their way. This quiet assurance removes all tension, all worry, all doubt. Most people resist this truth because they have been conditioned to believe that hard work and struggle are the only paths to success. They fear that if they stop pushing, they will lose everything. But look at nature. Does a tree struggle to grow? Does the sun fight to rise each morning? No, because creation is effortless. The same principle applies to your life. When you align with the natural flow rather than resist it, life unfolds with ease. Faith is the key to this alignment. Faith is not hoping or wishing, it is knowing. It is the deep, unwavering conviction that what you desire is already accomplished in the unseen. When you cultivate this level of faith, you release the need to chase, beg, or struggle. You no longer waste energy doubting, because you understand that reality will always mirror your inner state. If you want to change your life, stop fighting against what is. Instead, assume the feeling of already having what you seek. Let go of attachment to the outcome and trust that it is done. When you release resistance, you make room for miracles. You no longer carry the weight of doubt and fear, and in that space your desires flow effortlessly into your reality. The path to transformation is not through effort, but through belief. Surrender the need to struggle, embrace the power of faith, and watch as life unfolds in ways beyond your imagination. At this very moment, you hold the power to declare a new beginning. Nothing binds you to your past except your own belief in it. No circumstance, no failure, no past mistake has the power to dictate your future unless you allow it. You are free to choose, free to step into a new reality, free to declare with absolute conviction that your life has already changed. Most people wait for external proof before they believe something is possible. They wait for circumstances to improve before they feel better. They wait for opportunities to come before they believe they are successful. But this is backward thinking. The world does not change first, your inner state does. You must dare to speak your new reality into existence, to feel its truth within you, and to walk as if it is already done. Words have power. Every declaration you make shapes your world. When you say, I am successful, I am loved, I am abundant, you are not merely speaking empty words. You are setting a new foundation for your reality. Your mind begins to accept these statements as facts. And as you persist, they become natural, and what feels natural must eventually manifest. But declaration alone is not enough. You must feel it. The words you speak must carry the energy of belief, of certainty. If you declare something while doubting it in your heart, you send mixed signals to your reality. But if you speak with unshakable conviction, if you let the feeling of your new life flood your entire being, you will begin to see evidence of it unfold. This is not about pretending, it is about embodying. You are not simply hoping for a new life, you are stepping into it. You are walking as if it is already yours. How would you carry yourself if your desires were already fulfilled? How would you think, act, and move through the world? Step into that version of yourself now. Let your actions reflect the truth of your new beginning. Some will doubt you. They will look at your current circumstances and say nothing has changed. But what they do not understand is that everything begins in the unseen. The seed is planted before the tree appears. The foundation is built before the house stands. Your new reality is forming, even if the world cannot yet see it. Do not waver. Hold firm to your declaration. Reality must conform. Daring to declare a new beginning requires courage. It means releasing old identities, old limitations, and stepping into something greater. It means no longer defining yourself by what has been, but by what you choose to become. It is a bold statement to the universe that you are no longer available for anything less than your highest vision. Right now, you have the power to decide. You can remain where you are, trapped in old stories, or you can declare with unwavering faith that your life has shifted. The choice is yours. Speak it, feel it, walk in it. And soon the world around you will have no choice but to reflect the truth of your new beginning. Your life is yours to shape. Every thought you hold, every belief you nurture, and every word you declare is molding your reality in ways you may not yet see. You are not bound by the past, nor are you at the mercy of circumstances. The power to reset your life lies within you, right now, in this very moment. When you shift your inner world, your outer world must follow. Imagination reshapes reality, and faith removes all struggle. By living from the end, by daring to walk as the person you wish to become, you summon the life you desire into existence. The universe is not withholding anything from you, it is simply reflecting your state of being. Let go of doubt, release resistance, and step boldly into your new beginning. Speak it, feel it, and trust that it is already done. The world will adjust itself to match your conviction. Thank you for allowing these words to remind you of the power you already hold. Now go forward with confidence. Your new life is waiting. Today, I want to share with you a secret that can transform the way you approach your dreams and desires. Many of us have bought a lottery ticket at some point, hoping for a life-changing win. But what if I told you there's a way to make that hope a reality? What if the lottery is more than just luck? The first step in this journey begins with your mind, your imagination. You see, the mind is not just a tool for thinking, it's a creator of realities. When you play the lottery, don't just purchase a ticket. Purchase it with the belief that you have already won. See it, feel it, and know that it is yours. Every time you hold that ticket, you are holding a confirmation of your desire already fulfilled. Feel the emotions of winning, the excitement, the joy, the peace. Your emotions are not separate from your desires, they are the very fuel that propels them into existence. When you feel the winning, you are aligning yourself with the frequency of abundance. You must become the person who has already won, not in the distant future, but right now. It is essential that you release all doubt. Doubt is the thief of manifestation. When you let go of uncertainty and fully accept that your win is inevitable, you free yourself to receive it. Let the thought of winning be as natural to you as breathing. Be specific. What will you do with your winnings? What dreams will you live out? The more detailed and vivid your vision, the stronger the pull it has to manifest. The universe responds to precision. While you hold this image, detached from the how and when, you do not need to know the mechanics of how your win will unfold. The moment you let go of the need to figure out the process, the universe takes over. Your belief is enough. Next time you play the lottery, do not just see it as a game of chance. Play it with the full awareness that the game is yours to win. Hold your ticket not as a dream, but as a reminder that your desires are already being brought into existence. There is magic in your belief, in your imagination, and in your faith that what you desire is already yours. Trust in the power within you. The magic isn't just in the numbers, it's in the belief you carry that your desires are already fulfilled. Play the game of life, not as a spectator, but as the creator of your own reality. The power of imagination is one of the most profound forces in shaping our lives. It is not just a passing daydream or a fleeting thought. Imagination is the very blueprint of reality. Your mind is not a passive observer of the world. It is an active participant in the creation of your experience. Everything you see, hear, and touch began as an idea in someone's mind. It was first imagined before it ever became real. Likewise, the life you are living today is a reflection of the thoughts and images you have been holding in your own imagination. To understand the power of imagination, you must first realize that your thoughts are far more than just mental noise. They are the very building blocks of your reality. When you imagine something, you are not merely thinking about it, you are creating it. Your thoughts are powerful magnets that attract the people, situations, and experiences that match the frequency of those thoughts. They are like seeds planted in the soil of your subconscious mind, and as you continue to nurture those thoughts, they begin to take root and grow into your external world. But not all thoughts are created equal. The key to using your imagination effectively lies in conviction. It's not enough to simply think about something, you must think about it with certainty and belief. When you hold a vision in your mind and truly believe in its reality, you are sending a signal to the universe that you expect it to unfold. Conviction is the spark that ignites the power of imagination. It is the energy that transforms a fleeting thought into a tangible experience. Many people make the mistake of imagining something they desire, but without fully committing to the belief that it can be theirs. They might imagine winning the lottery, for example, but they simultaneously entertain doubts or fears that it could never happen. The power of imagination cannot work in the presence of doubt. It is only when you fully accept the image you've created in your mind that it can begin to materialize in your physical reality. This is why it is so important to align your imagination with your emotions. Imagination alone is powerful, but when you add emotion to the mix, it becomes even more potent. Emotions are the fuel that energize your thoughts. The more intensely you feel the joy, excitement, and gratitude of already having what you desire, the stronger your signal becomes. The universe does not respond to your desires based on what you think. You are answered based on what you feel. If you feel abundant, you attract abundance. If you feel love, you attract love. If you feel success, you attract success. It's also crucial to remember that your imagination is not confined by time or space. You do not need to wait for the right moment or the right circumstances to begin imagining your desired life. Imagination transcends these limitations. The moment you begin to imagine, you are already creating. The future you wish for already exists in the realm of your imagination. It's simply waiting for you to claim it. One of the most powerful aspects of imagination is its ability to override the limitations of the present. If your current reality doesn't reflect the life you want to live, your imagination gives you the freedom to step into the version of yourself who already has everything you desire. This is where many people falter. They look at their present circumstances and allow them to dictate what's possible. But your circumstances are not the truth of who you are. They are just a reflection of past thoughts and beliefs. The present moment is fluid, and your imagination has the power to shape it. When you begin to fully grasp the power of your imagination, you will realize that you are not a passive observer in life. You are the creator. Every thought, every image you hold in your mind is a stroke on the canvas of your reality. The more clearly and vividly you see your desired outcome, the quicker it will begin to appear in your life. Imagination is the first step, but belief and emotion are what bring it into form. The next time you catch yourself imagining something, remember that it is not just a harmless daydream. Your thoughts are a powerful tool for creation. You are not merely thinking, you are laying the foundation for your future. Hold your vision with conviction, fuel it with emotion, and watch as the world around you begins to shift and align with the reality you've imagined. The life you desire is already yours. It is waiting for you to claim it through the power of your imagination. Emotional alignment is one of the most powerful principles you can embrace. in the process of manifesting your desires. It goes far beyond simply thinking about what you want or imagining it in your mind. Emotional alignment requires you to step into the feeling of already having what you desire. It's not enough to envision your success. You must become it. You must embody the emotions of having already achieved your goal, because it is in those emotions that the true power of manifestation resides. The universe responds not just to your thoughts, but to the vibrational frequency you are emitting. Everything in the universe is energy, and emotions are a direct expression of your energy. When you align your emotional state with the reality you wish to create, you are signaling to the universe that you are ready to receive it. Your feelings are magnetic. They draw towards you the experiences, people, and opportunities that match the vibration you are emitting. Therefore, if you want to attract abundance, success, love, or anything else, you must first align your emotional state with the feelings of already having those things. Imagine for a moment that you have just won a large sum of money. Your mind instantly creates an image of what that would look like. Perhaps you see yourself celebrating with friends, buying your dream home, or traveling the world. But what truly matters in that moment is not the image itself, but the feelings that arise within you. How would you feel in that moment? Joyful, relieved, excited, grateful? These emotions are the true currency of creation. To manifest your desires, you must learn to feel those emotions now, not in the future, but in the present moment. The secret is to act as if you have already won, to embody the victory even before the physical evidence appears. This may sound difficult at first, especially if your current circumstances do not reflect what you desire, but it is in this very practice that you begin to shift your reality. Feeling the emotions of success, love, or fulfillment, even if you don't yet have them in your physical world, aligns your energy with the future you wish to create. When you feel the emotions of already having won, you create a powerful alignment between your inner world and the outer world you want to experience. You no longer need to chase after your desires because you are already living in the state of having them. The key is to deeply embody the emotions associated with your vision. Whether it's the joy of financial freedom, the excitement of love, or the peace of health, these feelings are not just fleeting emotions. They are energetic frequencies that send a powerful signal to the universe that you are ready to receive. Many people make the mistake of waiting for their desires to manifest before they allow themselves to feel the emotions associated with success. They think, when I get the money, then I'll feel abundant, or when I find the right partner, then I'll feel loved. This is backward thinking. The secret to creating anything in your life is to feel the emotions of already having it, even before the physical evidence is present. It's the feeling that fuels the creation process. This emotional alignment is what moves you from being in a state of lack to one of abundance. When you feel like a winner, when you genuinely embody the emotions of success and gratitude, you stop identifying with scarcity or limitation. You begin to identify with the version of yourself who has already achieved their goals. This shift in identity is crucial because your identity dictates how you experience the world. When you align with the emotions of your desired reality, you also align with the identity of the person who already has it. And once that alignment occurs, the universe begins to match your frequency by bringing you the experiences, people, and opportunities that align with that energy. Feeling your emotions as if your desires have already come true also helps to build trust in the process. When you cultivate the emotions of already having received what you want, you send a clear signal to the universe that you trust its timing and its ability to deliver. You are no longer in a state of doubt or impatience, but in a state of deep belief that what you desire is already on its way. The next time you think about your dreams or goals, don't just visualize them, feel them. Let yourself bask in the emotions of success, joy, and fulfillment. Feel the gratitude as if it has already happened, and allow those feelings to become your new reality. The more you practice emotional alignment, the quicker your outer reality will begin to match the vibrational frequency you are sending out into the world. You are not just imagining your success, you are living it right now in every thought and emotion you experience. Doubt is the enemy of creation. It is the silent force that works against the flow of your desires, casting shadows on the powerful energy that could bring them into reality. When you doubt, you disconnect from the very source that holds the key to your dreams. Doubt clouds your vision and weakens your belief, making it impossible for your desires to manifest as they should. It's essential, therefore, to release doubt completely, as it has no place in the creative process. The true catalyst for manifestation lies in unwavering belief, in knowing that what you desire is already yours, and trusting that the universe will deliver it in its perfect time and way. At the core of manifestation is the law of assumption. When you assume that your desire is already a reality, you align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with the version of yourself who has already received it. The act of doubting this assumption creates resistance, disrupting the natural flow of your desires into your life. Doubt tells the universe that you are unsure, that you don't fully believe in your ability to receive what you want. And when you project this uncertainty, you are essentially telling the universe, "I'm not ready for this." But when you let go of doubt, you create an open channel for your desires to come to you effortlessly. The first step in releasing doubt is recognizing that it's a natural part of the human experience. We all have moments where we question if we're on the right path, or whether what we desire is even possible. These doubts often arise from fear. Fear of failure, fear of not being good enough, fear of the unknown. But fear is nothing more than a mental construct. It is the mind's attempt to protect you from what it perceives as danger. The truth is, fear and doubt are simply thoughts, and thoughts can be changed. When you feel doubt creeping in, remind yourself that your thoughts are not permanent truths. Just as easily as you can think a doubtful thought, you can replace it with a thought of belief and trust. The more you practice this, the easier it becomes to shift your mindset from one of uncertainty to one of total faith. Every time doubt enters your mind, pause and consciously choose to release it. Affirm to yourself, "I trust that what I desire is already on its way. It is already mine." This simple act of faith shifts the entire energetic landscape, bringing you back into alignment with the manifestation process. Trust is the antidote to doubt. Trusting that you have already received what you desire is the key to unlocking the doors of manifestation. Trust that everything is unfolding perfectly, even if you cannot yet see it in your physical reality. The universe operates on its own timing, and while you may not always understand the how or the when, you must trust that it is working in your favor. The very fact that you have a desire means that the seeds of its fulfillment are already planted. Your job is to nurture that seed with belief and trust, allowing it to grow into the reality you've envisioned. One of the most powerful ways to release doubt is to focus on the evidence of past successes in your life. Reflect on the times when you wanted something, truly believed in it, and then seen it manifest. Remember the joy, the relief, the excitement you felt when your desires came to fruition. This serves as proof that the creative process works, that you are capable of manifesting whatever you set your mind to. Use this evidence as a foundation for your belief, reminding yourself that what you desire is just as possible as anything you've already achieved. Another important aspect of releasing doubt is learning to detach from the how and when. Often, we become fixated on how our desires will come to us and when they will arrive. This attachment creates anxiety and reinforces doubt, because the mind is trying to control the process. The truth is, you do not need to know how your desires will manifest, nor do you need to worry about the timeline. Your belief is enough. The universe is always at work behind the scenes, arranging the perfect circumstances for your desires to unfold. Your role is to trust the process and believe that it is already happening. As you release doubt and embrace faith, you will begin to feel lighter, more confident, and at peace. Doubt no longer holds power over you. You will be able to look at your desires not as distant hopes, but as inevitable realities. You will trust in your own ability to create the life you desire, and in doing so, you will see the magic of manifestation unfold before you. The key to this process is knowing that your inner belief is the most important tool in creating your reality. When you trust, when you believe with every fiber of your being that what you desire is already yours, you unlock the door to limitless possibilities. Doubt cannot enter when your belief is unwavering. It is in the absence of doubt that you find the true power to manifest everything you want. Clarity is the cornerstone of successful manifestation. When you are clear about what you want, you create a precise and powerful vibration that aligns your inner world with your desired outcome. The universe operates on a frequency of energy, and in order to attract your desires, you must send out a clear and specific signal. The more specific you are in your desire, the more easily the universe can respond to your request. Vague desires result in vague manifestations. To truly harness the power of manifestation, You must know exactly what you want and visualize it with unwavering clarity. The process of manifestation begins with an idea, a thought or desire that sparks within you. This desire has the potential to become a reality, but in order for this to happen, you must refine that idea. A general wish, such as, "I want more money," or "I want to be happy," lacks the detail that is necessary to bring it into form. When you ask for more money without specifying an amount, the universe may respond in ways you don't expect, and you may not even notice when your desire is fulfilled. Clarity brings precision to your requests and ensures that you are asking for exactly what you want, not just an ambiguous version of it. Imagine you are standing before a blank canvas, ready to create a masterpiece. If you don't have a clear vision of what you want to paint, your brush strokes may wander aimlessly, producing a result that feels incomplete or unsatisfying. Similarly, when you approach manifestation with uncertainty, your desires become scattered, and the universe struggles to bring them into your reality. But when you know exactly what you want, the universe can work in perfect harmony to bring that vision to life. Every detail matters. Being specific in your desire does not just mean knowing the what, but also understanding the how and the why. For example, if you desire a new home, don't just visualize a house in general terms. Think about the features you want, how many rooms, the style, the location, the feeling you want to experience in your new space. Visualize the color of the walls, the furniture, the natural light, and the energy you want to experience when you walk through the front door. The more detailed your visualization, the more the universe can align the energy necessary to make that home a reality for you. The same applies to any desire, whether it's financial abundance, a loving relationship, or a successful career. Clarity helps you create a vivid mental image of your goals, and this image is what fuels the energy needed for manifestation. When you have a clear mental picture, you can focus all your attention on it, infusing it with emotion and energy, and aligning your actions with the goal. This focus creates a powerful magnetic field around your desire, attracting the opportunities, people, and circumstances that will bring it to life. Knowing exactly what you want also helps you to eliminate distractions. It's easy to get lost in the multitude of desires we all have, and sometimes we end up spreading our energy too thin. When you focus on one clear desire at a time, you direct all your energy toward it, ensuring that it is the only thing that occupies your thoughts and emotions. This concentration intensifies your creative power, and as a result, you begin to notice signs, synchronicities, and opportunities that lead you directly to your goal. Clarity also strengthens your belief. When you are specific about your desires, you are telling yourself that you are worthy of receiving them. You are setting a clear intention, and intention is the driving force behind all manifestation. When your intention is focused and clear, you approach your goal with certainty, and this certainty is the fuel that propels your desires into reality. Clarity allows you to notice when the universe is responding. Often the universe sends us messages, opportunities, and signs that our desires are already in motion. If your desire is vague, it becomes difficult to recognize these signs. But when you are specific, you can easily identify when something aligns with your goal. Perhaps it's a phone call from a potential client, a new opportunity that arises, or a chance encounter that leads to a breakthrough. The clearer your intention, the more you will begin to notice these signs, and this feedback from the universe will reinforce your belief that your desire is on its way. In the process of manifestation, clarity is essential because it gives the universe the roadmap it needs to deliver your desires. You must know exactly what you want, and you must hold that vision with absolute certainty. By doing so, you create a direct line of communication between your desires and the universe, ensuring that nothing is lost in translation. The more specific you are, the faster and more effortlessly your desires will come into your reality. Remember, the universe is always responding to your thoughts. So be clear, be specific, and trust that your desires are already on their way. Faith in the process is one of the most powerful tools you can wield when manifesting your desires. It is the unwavering belief that regardless of what you see with your physical eyes or what circumstances you face, everything is aligning perfectly in your favor. Faith is the deep-rooted understanding that the universe is always working on your behalf, even when the path isn't immediately clear. It is the belief that what you desire is already in motion, even if you can't see the evidence of it just yet. This trust in the unseen forces is a crucial element in the manifestation process, for it is faith that allows you to remain steady when doubt threatens to creep in, and when external circumstances seem to contradict your desires. Manifestation is not always an instantaneous process. Sometimes, You will face moments of uncertainty or struggle, where the reality around you seems far removed from what you are envisioning. These moments are the true tests of faith. It's easy to believe in the process when everything is going smoothly, but true faith is displayed when things appear to be going wrong or when results seem delayed. In these moments, it is essential to remember that everything is unfolding according to a perfect plan, even if you cannot see it yet. The universe has its own timing, and it is never wrong. Just because you don't see immediate results doesn't mean your desires aren't being worked on behind the scenes. Everything you've asked for is already in the process of being delivered to you, and all the unseen forces are working tirelessly to bring it into your life. This faith in the process requires patience and trust. Trust that the circumstances you currently find yourself in are not permanent. They are simply stepping stones on the journey toward your desired outcome. The more you learn to trust the process, the more you begin to detach from the need for control. When you let go of the need to know how or when something will manifest, you allow the universe to work its magic in ways you may not have imagined. The universe often works in ways that are beyond our comprehension, orchestrating events and circumstances in perfect alignment with our desires. Trusting in this process means releasing the urge to micromanage the outcome, knowing that everything is unfolding as it should. Faith also means having the courage to remain calm and composed when things feel uncertain. It's easy to lose faith when you are confronted with obstacles or when things don't seem to be going your way. However, faith requires you to stay grounded in the knowing that everything is happening for your highest good. Even in moments of difficulty, there are lessons and opportunities that are pushing you closer to your desired outcome. The challenges are not signs of failure, but invitations to grow, adapt, and align even more closely with your desires. Every challenge is an opportunity for you to reaffirm your faith and to remain steadfast in your belief that success is inevitable. Believing in the unseen forces means trusting that every moment is part of the larger picture that is unfolding for you. While it may seem like nothing is happening in the physical world, everything is in motion on the energetic level. Your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs are sending out signals into the universe, and those signals are being answered. You may not see it immediately, but the universe is rearranging things in your favor. It is aligning people, opportunities, and circumstances to help bring your desires into fruition. The key is to maintain faith and not be swayed by temporary setbacks or delays. When you truly believe in the process, you become a magnet for the opportunities and synchronicities that will bring your desires to life. Faith in the process also involves maintaining a positive outlook, even when external circumstances seem to contradict your vision. The key is to hold on to your belief in the unseen forces, trusting that what you want is already on its way. You don't need to have all the answers or understand how things will unfold. What you need is the conviction that your desires are already in motion and that the universe is always conspiring for your success. The more you trust in this, the more effortlessly your desires will manifest. The act of believing in the unseen allows you to align with the flow of the universe, ensuring that you receive everything you've asked for in divine timing. Faith in the process is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It is the belief that no matter how things appear in the physical world, the universe is orchestrating everything for your highest good. It is the trust that what you desire is already yours, and it is only a matter of time before it reveals itself in your experience. So when you are faced with uncertainty or doubt, remind yourself that everything is happening in perfect order. Have faith in the process, for the universe is always working in your favor. Keep your focus on the end result and trust that every step, every moment, and every challenge is bringing you closer to the manifestation of your dreams. Detaching from the outcome is one of the most liberating and powerful practices in the manifestation process. It is the practice of letting go of the need to control how and when your desires will manifest. While you focus your thoughts on your desire, you must also release any attachment to the details of how it will happen. This shift in mindset is essential for allowing your desires to unfold in the most natural and effortless way. When you are attached to the how and when, you are essentially limiting the universe's ability to deliver your desires in the most ideal way. When you detach from the outcome, you free the universe to work in the most perfect and unexpected ways. The first step to detaching from the outcome is to recognize that you do not need to know how your desires will manifest. The how is not your responsibility. When you obsess over the logistics of how something will happen, you are placing limitations on your manifestation. The universe has an infinite number of ways to bring your desires to fruition, But when you try to control the process, you are narrowing your options. The key is to trust that the universe knows how to deliver your desires in the best possible way, even if you cannot see the path. Your role is to hold the vision of your desire clearly in your mind, to feel the emotions of already having it, and to trust that it will come to you in the perfect form and timing. Letting go of the when is equally important. Many people struggle with impatience, and it's easy to become frustrated when things don't manifest according to your timeline. However, the moment you begin to insist that your desire must happen at a specific time, you are creating resistance. The universe does not work on human timelines. It operates on divine timing, which is always in alignment with what is best for you. Trust that the universe knows when the right moment will be for your manifestation. Often the timing of your desire is perfectly aligned with other opportunities, circumstances, or people that will support your success. If you force the timing, you may be stepping outside of the natural flow of events that need to unfold. When you detach from the outcome, you also release the emotional charge associated with it. Often we become so emotionally invested in the outcome that we allow ourselves to become anxious, fearful, or frustrated if things aren't progressing as quickly as we would like. This emotional attachment to the outcome creates resistance and blocks the flow of manifestation. The key to detachment is cultivating a sense of peace and trust, knowing that your desires are already on their way. Your job is to remain focused on your vision and to take inspired action when needed, but without being attached to how or when things will unfold. The more relaxed you are about the process, the more quickly and effortlessly your desires can materialize. Detaching from the outcome also means releasing any fear of failure or disappointment. If you are attached to the outcome, you are essentially giving power to the fear of it not happening. This fear only serves to keep your desires at bay. When you let go of this fear and trust that everything is working out for you, you align with the energy of success. Belief and trust in the process are the true catalysts for manifestation. When you trust that your desires are already yours, regardless of how they arrive or when they appear, you send out a signal to the universe that you are ready to receive them. Another benefit of detaching from the outcome is that it allows you to remain present. If you are constantly focused on when something will happen, you are not fully engaged in the present moment. Your thoughts are consumed with the future, and this can create feelings of impatience or dissatisfaction with your current circumstances. When you detach from the outcome, you bring your focus back to the present moment, knowing that everything is unfolding perfectly in its own time. This mindfulness allows you to experience gratitude for what you already have, while remaining open to the future that is unfolding. It also helps you stay in a state of high vibration, which is essential for attracting your desires. By detaching from the outcome, you also create space for miracles to happen. The universe works in mysterious ways, and it often delivers your desires in ways you never could have anticipated. When you let go of the need to control how your desire will show up, you make room for the universe to surprise you with something even better than you imagined. When you are open and detached, you become a magnet for unexpected blessings and synchronicities that bring your desires to life in extraordinary ways. In the process of manifestation, faith, trust, and detachment are the keys to success. By focusing on the desire, holding the vision in your mind, and releasing any attachment to the outcome, you align yourself with the flow of the universe. You trust that everything is already on its way, even if you can't see it yet. This trust and surrender create an energy of ease and grace, allowing your desires to manifest effortlessly. The more you detach from the how and when, the faster and more effortlessly your desires will come into your life. So release control, trust the process, and allow the universe to bring your dreams to fruition in its own perfect timing. And conclusion, the path to manifestation is not about force or control, but about aligning with the natural flow of the universe. By embracing the power of imagination, feeling the emotions of your desires as if they are already yours, releasing doubt, being specific in your desires, having faith in the process, and detaching from the outcome, you open yourself to the limitless possibilities that are already on their way to you. Trust that the universe is working on your behalf, and know that your desires are already unfolding in perfect timing, even if you cannot yet see it. Your role is simply to remain focused, calm, and open, and to believe that everything you desire is already yours. Thank you for listening, and may you step into your power, trusting that the life you've envisioned is closer than you think. Stay patient, stay aligned, and above all, stay faithful in the process. There is no accident in your presence here today. You have been led to this moment not by chance, but by the silent working of your own imagination. The world you see before you is nothing more than a reflection of the thoughts, beliefs, and assumptions you have entertained. And now, I tell you, your time has come. You are no longer waiting. The millions you seek are already yours. But you must first accept this truth, not with the rational mind that questions and doubts, but with the inner knowing that what you claim within must manifest without. You do not need to chase, beg, or toil endlessly for your wealth. The moment you assume yourself to be the one who has it, the entire universe conspires to make it so. See yourself now as the one who has already received. Feel the weight of success pressing upon you, the joy of financial freedom coursing through your being. Walk through this world as one who has no lack, no need, no limitation. Because what you assume with conviction becomes the law of your life. If you persist in the feeling of already having, it is impossible for the world not to comply. Doubt not. Let no external appearance shake you. If today your senses tell you a different story, ignore them. Do not look at the world and say, I am still waiting. Instead, say to yourself boldly, it is done. Gratitude is the bridge. Speak as if you are already in possession of your wealth. Say, I am so thankful for the millions flowing into my life. I feel the abundance surrounding me. Speak it until your words become flesh. The path is already laid before you. Your time is no longer in some distant future. Your time is now. Walk in faith, claim your millions within, and watch as the world bends to fulfill your assumption. Everything you see, touch, and experience in this world is nothing more than a reflection of the thoughts you have persistently held within. The reality you call real is, in truth, nothing but a shadow cast by your imagination. There is no outside force shaping your life, no external authority deciding whether you will have wealth or struggle. The only determining factor is the state of consciousness you choose to occupy. You are not separate from your desires. The millions you seek are not something outside of you, waiting for the right conditions to appear. They already exist, but they must first exist within you before they can take shape in the physical world. The moment you assume and accept wealth as your reality, the outer world must rearrange itself to mirror that assumption. There is no other way. The mistake many make is in believing that their imagination is simply a form of fantasy, an escape from reality. But this is the great misunderstanding. Imagination is the only reality, because it is the source of all things. Everything that exists, every building, every piece of technology, every fortune ever made, first existed in someone's imagination before it took form. Nothing comes into being unless it is first claimed in the unseen. So what does this mean for you? It means that you must assume the state of the millionaire now, before your senses confirm it. You must walk as though wealth is already yours, speak as though you already have it, and think from the position of one who possesses limitless abundance. If you continue to believe that you must work towards it, or that it is something you may have one day, you will forever push it into the future. Live in the end. See yourself in possession of the millions. What does your life look like now that you have it? Where do you live? How do you feel? Who do you help? The clearer you define this reality within, the faster it solidifies in the external world. Do not concern yourself with the how or when. The bridge of incidents will unfold naturally in ways you cannot predict, but that is not your work. Your work is to hold the assumption firmly, unshaken by any contradiction in the present moment. Doubt is the only thing that delays the process. If you look at your current circumstances and allow them to dictate your belief, you have made the outer world your master instead of the servant it was meant to be. The physical world only reflects, it does not create. To change the reflection, you must change what is projected from within. Your millions are already here waiting for you to accept them. The moment you embody the feeling of being wealthy, the moment you claim it as your truth, the world must comply. The law is simple. What you assume and persist in must harden into fact. So, assume wisely, persist faithfully, and let the world conform to the reality you have created within. The greatest deception in this world is the belief that time separates you from your desires. You have been conditioned to think in terms of waiting, striving, and earning, believing that what you seek is always in the future, just out of reach. But this is an illusion. The truth is that there is no separation between you and your desires except the belief that they are not yet yours. The moment you claim something as true within, it is yours, for creation is finished and everything already exists in the unseen. When you desire wealth, you are not creating it from nothing. You are simply becoming aware of what already exists in another dimension of reality. It is not something that must be built over time, achieved through struggle, or brought forth by external conditions. Your millions exist now, but they can only become visible when you assume the state of already having them. This is not wishful thinking. It is the law by which all things come into being. Most people delay their blessings by constantly acknowledging their current limitations. They believe that their bank account, job, or circumstances dictate what is possible. But the outer world is just a reflection of past assumptions. If you continue to dwell on the lack, if you keep telling yourself that wealth is coming one day, you are unknowingly pushing it away. You must take possession now. Not tomorrow, not next year, but in this very moment. How do you do this? You shift your awareness. Right now, close your eyes and imagine yourself already in possession of great wealth. Feel the joy, the relief, the confidence that comes with knowing you have more than enough. Hear the conversations you would have. Experience the ease with which you move through life. This is not daydreaming. This is the creative act. When you persist in this state, it must become your external reality, for the world cannot help but mirror what you are conscious of being. Doubt is the only thing that delays manifestation. The mind, conditioned by time, will ask, "But where is it? Why hasn't it appeared yet?" These questions keep you bound to the illusion that you are separate from your desire. The truth is that your assumption is already working. The unseen forces are moving, aligning circumstances, creating the path. But if you look at the world and say nothing is happening, you are stepping out of the state of having and back into the state of waiting. There is nothing to wait for. Your wealth exists now, and it belongs to you the moment you accept it. You must not concern yourself with how it will come or when it will appear. Trust in the law. That which you assume and persist in must become fact. When you embrace this truth and live from it, time will dissolve, and what once seemed distant will be right before you. The promise is now. Claim it. The greatest barrier between you and your desires is the need to control how and when they appear. You have been taught to believe that success comes through effort, strategy, and external action. But this is a misunderstanding of how reality works. Your wealth, your abundance already exists, but it cannot reach you as long as you are consumed with figuring out how it will come and when it will happen. The moment you let go of these questions and rest in the certainty of already having, the unseen forces will move in ways beyond your comprehension to bring it to you. The mind, conditioned by logic and limitation, wants a step-by-step process. It seeks reassurance, asking, "What do I need to do? How will this happen?" But these questions arise from doubt, and doubt is the only thing that delays manifestation. When you truly understand the power of your assumption, you will no longer need to ask how or when. You will know that once you claim something in consciousness, it must appear in your world. When you plant a seed, you do not dig it up every day to check if it is growing. You trust that nature is at work even though you cannot see the process unfolding beneath the soil. The same principle applies to your desires. The moment you assume yourself to be wealthy, the moment you feel it as true, the process has begun. But if you constantly question whether it is working, if you look around and say, "I don't see anything changing," you are uprooting the seed before it has a chance to grow. The unseen forces, those greater laws that govern all of existence, will move in ways you cannot predict. Your job is not to force the path, but to remain faithful to the end result. Your millions could come through an unexpected opportunity, a sudden breakthrough, or a sequence of events you could never have orchestrated. But these events cannot unfold if you insist on micromanaging the process. The moment you let go, you open the door for the universe to work on your behalf. Detachment is not about giving up, it is about trusting completely. It means releasing the need to manipulate circumstances and instead resting in the knowing that what you have assumed must come to pass. It means walking through life as if your wealth is already here, not anxiously searching for proof, but living in the confidence of already having it. If you find yourself doubting, remind yourself, I do not need to know how or when. My only work is to assume the feeling of already having and trust the unseen to arrange the details. The moment you detach from the process, things will begin to shift. Paths will open, people will be drawn to you, and circumstances will adjust in ways you could not have imagined. Trust this. Let go of control. Let the unseen forces move mountains on your behalf, for they will, if only you allow them. Wealth is not something you pursue, it is something you embody. The moment you believe wealth is outside of you, something to chase, it will always remain just out of reach. But when you understand that wealth is a state of being, you shift from striving to receiving. You do not become wealthy through effort alone. You become wealthy by assuming the identity of one who already possesses it. Everything in your life is a reflection of the state of consciousness you consistently occupy. If you see yourself as someone who is struggling, if you speak about lack, if you constantly affirm that money is difficult to obtain, then your world will reflect that belief. But the moment you assume the identity of a wealthy person, not in arrogance, but in certainty, your external world will have no choice but to conform. Ask yourself, how does a millionaire think? How do they carry themselves? What are their daily habits, their thoughts, their actions? They do not walk with hesitation, they move with confidence. They do not speak about lack, they affirm abundance. They do not look at price tags with fear, they know money is a resource that flows to them effortlessly. If you truly believe that wealth is already yours, your entire demeanor will shift. Start by adjusting the way you speak. Words shape reality, for they reveal the beliefs you hold. Stop saying, I can't afford this, or I wish I had more money. Instead, affirm, money flows to me easily, or I always have more than enough. Even if your external circumstances seem unchanged, hold firm in this new language, for it is planting the seeds of a different reality. Then shift the way you walk. Confidence is a sign of wealth. A wealthy person does not rush in desperation, they move with certainty, knowing that everything they desire is already theirs. Stand taller, breathe deeply, and embody the presence of one who has already achieved success. The world responds not to what you wish, but to what you are, and you must become it internally before it manifests externally. Align your thinking. Wealthy individuals do not dwell on problems, they focus on solutions. They do not see obstacles as roadblocks, but as stepping stones to greater abundance. When faced with financial challenges, ask yourself, how would a millionaire handle this, and act accordingly? Instead of shrinking in fear, step forward in faith, knowing that you have already won. Your external world is simply a mirror of the state you persist in. If you continuously occupy the mindset of one who already has millions, the world must arrange itself to match that assumption. This is not theory, it is law. Let go of the belief that wealth is something distant, something that requires years of struggle. Assume it now. Live as though it is already yours, and reality will reshape itself to prove you right. You are not waiting to become wealthy, you already are. Walk, speak, and think accordingly. The only thing standing between you and the life you desire is persistence. What you assume to be true, what you repeatedly claim within, must, by law, manifest in your outer world. But the mistake most people make is abandoning their assumption too soon. They look around, see no immediate evidence, and let doubt creep in. Doubt is the only enemy. It is the force that keeps you bound to your old reality, preventing the new from taking form. You must understand that the world you see is simply a reflection of past thoughts, past beliefs, past assumptions. If you have spent years believing in struggle, in limitation, then your external world will still reflect that for a time, even after you change your assumptions. But that does not mean your new reality is not forming. The unseen forces are at work, arranging circumstances, aligning opportunities, shifting the very fabric of your existence. The only thing that can stop this process is your own impatience, your own wavering in belief. Think of a seed planted in the soil. It does not sprout the moment you place it there. Days, even weeks may pass before you see evidence of growth, but the process has begun the moment you planted it. If you were to dig it up every day, questioning if it is working, you would destroy its ability to grow. The same is true for your assumptions. The moment you assume something as true, truly feel it to be real, the process begins. But if you waver, if you return to your old doubts, you halt its progress. Your only task is to persist until it hardens into fact. No matter what the outer world shows you, hold firm in your inner assumption. If your bank account still shows lack, ignore it. If circumstances seem unchanged, persist. The world has no choice but to conform to your dominant state of consciousness, but you must remain faithful to it. Many people give up just before the breakthrough. They assume wealth, they feel it, they begin to see small changes, but then a challenge arises, and they fall back into fear, into worry, into doubt. They let the external world dictate their inner state, instead of understanding that their inner state is what dictates the external. This is why persistence is everything. How long must you persist? Until it is real, until the outer world bends to match your assumption. It does not matter how long it takes. What matters is that you do not waver. You do not check for evidence. You do not question, you do not seek validation from the world. You remain firm in the knowing that what you have assumed is already yours. This is the secret. Not wishful thinking, not hoping, not trying. It is knowing and persisting in that knowing until it takes form. Doubt delays, fear repels, but persistence creates. Hold your vision and reality will be forced to conform. It is law. Gratitude is the final key that seals your reality. When you are truly grateful, you confirm that you already possess what you desire. You do not beg for it, nor do you wonder if it will come. You know it is yours. Gratitude is not just a feeling, it is the ultimate act of faith. It is the silent yet powerful declaration that you have already received, and in that confirmation you accelerate the arrival of your desire into the physical world. Most people express gratitude only after they receive something, but this is backward thinking. Gratitude must come before the manifestation, not after. If you wait to be grateful only when you see evidence, then you are still operating from doubt. You are still assuming that what you want is separate from you. But when you are grateful in advance, you are stepping into the state of already having, already being, already possessing. And when you persist in that state, the world must rearrange itself to prove you right. Think of how you feel when you have already received something wonderful. There is no anxiety, no doubt, no impatience, just peace and joy. That feeling is the vibration of having, and it is what draws your desire to you faster than anything else. When you say, "Thank you for my financial abundance," even when your bank account says otherwise, you are making a declaration. You are telling the universe, "I know it is already done. I am already that person." Many people unknowingly delay their blessings because they are too focused on when and how their desire will come. They keep checking, worrying, questioning. But gratitude dissolves all of that. The moment you step into gratitude, you release the need to control. You are no longer concerned with the how because you already know it is yours. This trust creates the perfect conditions for manifestation, allowing unseen forces to move without resistance. Gratitude also shifts your focus from lack to abundance. When you dwell on what you don't have, you amplify that reality. But when you focus on what you do have, even if it is only in imagination. You align yourself with more abundance. You train your mind to see opportunities, to recognize wealth, to expect success. And as you persist in this awareness, it must externalize. Each morning, before you even open your eyes, affirm, "Thank you for the millions that are already mine." Feel the joy as if it has already happened. Walk through your day in that energy, knowing that it is unfolding perfectly. Let gratitude be your proof that your reality is already shifting. Everything you desire already exists. The wealth, the success, the abundance. It is not something you must chase, beg for, or force into being. It is something you must claim. Your imagination is the only reality, and what you persist in assuming must become your experience. Time is an illusion. The moment you accept your wealth in consciousness, it is already yours. You do not need to know how or when. Your only task is to trust. Live in the state of already having. Think and walk as one who possesses millions, and persist until the world bends to match your inner conviction. Doubt is the only enemy, and gratitude is the final seal that confirms your reality. When you are grateful in advance, you accelerate the arrival of all you desire. Step forward with certainty. The wealth you seek is not in some distant future. It is here now. Assume it, feel it, give thanks for it, and watch as it materializes in ways you could never have imagined. Your time has come. You will have millions. Thank you.